whenever I hear stories about someone coming home early and then walking in on their partner fucking somebody in their house, to me that is always the most just brutal disrespect.
Yeah, like you should be allowed to murder both of them, you know what
right,
I mean?
like that's home invasion. You're invading my home. You're invading my home and my lover.
Yes.
Her vagina's invaded.
Yes, it has been invaded. Although one could argue that she kind of invited him in, so you can't just go and kill him.
What if she's not on the lease?
Then I think you can kill that guy.
Yeah. No, just have the decency of cheating on me at La fucking Quinta Inn.
Day 93 under the dome. With necessities growing dangerously low, who knows what spark will set off this powder keg? I can't take another minute in the stove!
First of its kind, the first dome anywhere.
We're back, folks. Dome with Bamfomania, the world's greatest freestyle rap and comedy podcast. The world's most guestless podcast.
Nobody wants to be on the show.
Good, hoes.
Except for the people we live with.
Always want to be on this show.
Rich, you're the best. You're the best backup guest of all time.
Easily.
Yeah.
They say if you will things to happen, it happens. So I basically willed your guest to cancel on you.
You're
guys.
saying it's your fault?
You manifested a cancellation?
Yeah. Which is crazy. You ever hear that little, I don't know, wasn't culturally my thing, but like apparently if you stare and covet someone's like food, there's more than a chance of them dropping it. You ever hear that?
Okay, so people should be dropping food all around me every day.
That's the secret, right?
He's probably the reason for most of the accidents in the kitchen.
No, yeah, I think that's how it works.
That's manifest destiny or whatever the case is, right? You gotta visualize to actualize and realize chicken fries.
Realize. I knew that our guest was gonna cancel when he called me brother one too many times. Without the ER, brother with an A.
Yeah, I've heard that's a red flag.
Yeah, good stuff. Whatever. You know what? A lot of people have been getting sick around me. He might actually be sick. So
no, I think he is because my boss is sick as well. It's going around, and this is the time of year where that happens.
So I'm definitely, I definitely believe. It's just now we don't get a Polaroid this week.
You're right. We already have a Polaroid of Rich.
Yeah.
Oh, you took off the posture corrector, my guy.
I did. I didn't want it on the whole time.
It would have been cool.
It's kind of I need to put on one of those like tight fitting shirts, or else it's just scrunchy.
We could do like a before and after of see if his posture has improved during the period of the podcast.
And
the mic helps out my posture.
It forces you to be consciously correcting yourself.
Be attentive to
the real solution would be if we stuck you in one of our wooden chairs, which we've done before with guests.
It's actually a pretty good solution. It induces alertness.
Yes, and before I got this chair, I pretty much exclusively used the wooden chair for that reason exactly. But I also feel like I'm better at podcasting now, so if I want to sit back and relax and chill, I can do that and still kill this podcast. That's the fact. Yeah, you know me. We out here on the dome and we acting black.
Yo, I feel confident that I can kill this podcast due to my amount of skill. It's taken years and now I shill freestyles out without thinking about it.
I'm a shill, yo. I'm a krill at the bottom of the ocean. Ooh. I'm a crustacean.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm the greatest in the nation at this motherfucking exoskeleton.
I'm a crustacean. I'm a lobster. Yo, catch me on the corner eating pasta. Yeah, kill it like a mobster. Feeling super fantastic.
I'm eating pasta on the corner. A food well known to eat on the corner. I'm Chris Dorner. I'm shooting cops.
Damn.
I'm sniping them. Fuck the ops.
Fuck 12.
GTA, that thing's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys hear about that?
Did you see the trailer?
I heard the trailer. I mean, the trailer kind of introduced that it's not coming out till 2025.
Yes, it's gonna be a while.
I just don't see myself playing a GTA where a woman is the lead character.
I think there's going to be multiple leads. That's how GTA 5 had 3 separate playable characters.
Did you find that whole like introducing, like, I saw PlayStations on sale for Black Friday and shit, and they were pushing like GTA 6.
Right, they use games to leverage console purchases.
And they got a whole year before it even comes out.
Wasn't Red Dead the game that came out with the most with like the PS5 or the PS4?
I do not know. You're talking about as far as exclusives?
Like I feel like they do that whenever the new console comes out.
They were harping that Harry Potter game for a while to be like,
really?
buy the PS5 because you could play Harry Potter or some shit. I could be wrong.
That was the series. That was Xbox Series.
Jack and Dexter. There was some. What's the guy with the time? He's like a cat and he's got a gun. Ratchet and Clank, maybe.
Ratchet and Clank is definitely a PlayStation.
Yeah,
game.
and they made a new one that I think was exclusive to the PS5 or whatever. But I mean, got to go PC, you guys. Go PC. I think even Richard is thinking about going PC.
But
I am thinking about
if PC wasn't an option, would you go Xbox or PlayStation?
Doesn't matter.
I would still go mostly Xbox because that's what I've been doing for the last like 10 years.
I'm just saying, if you had to pick,
all the one-player games are PlayStation.
I would pick it would be a dumb reason like what Richard said. I'm more of my first actual console was an Xbox. Like as far as
I didn't say that.
I had a Super Nintendo at one point, but I don't even count that. That could run 3D graphics, Xbox. So I feel like I'm loyal to the Xbox.
Okay, but it wouldn't be because of game exclusives.
No, because the only cool Xbox game exclusive was fucking Halo.
But I feel like that
hasn't been a thing.
That was huge.
That's why we got an Xbox.
That was huge.
Right.
So many people got Xbox because of Halo.
Before that,
You're
it was
not wrong.
Need for Speed and Budokai 3 and Final Fantasy. It was all PlayStation.
Need
and
for
God of
Speed
War.
was on Xbox. I played
No,
Need for Speed
all
on
PlayStation
Xbox.
2 first, right? Or Need for Speed.
Well, it might have
Need
been
for Speed might
exclusive.
have done both.
Might have been exclusive for a period of time, and then it became available on all consoles. I think they do that.
I know God of War was definitely a PlayStation game only.
Yeah, that one's an exclusive.
That
but
one was way ahead of its time. Like the graphics in PlayStation 2 for God of War 2, 1 and 2, I think, was really good.
A lot of them are going over to like they might remain as far as console is concerned, a console exclusive, but they're also adding it to PC. So like The Last of Us, they're adding to PC. There's some other examples, but
Do you remember Ninja Gaiden?
I never played it, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Other than PC being a superior system, it also is just like, if I'm going to spend $500 so that I can game, I might as well put $500 into a whole ass computer also.
Well,
like
that's the thing. It's like, yeah, $500 for a PlayStation 5, and the PC is going to be maybe $1,200. So it's definitely a price deficit. You don't want to empty all your pockets when you're just trying to do some casual gaming. You might just go with the Xbox or PlayStation.
Right, but these fucking losers get an Xbox, and then they go and also get a MacBook Pro, and that shit costs like $1,400. You know, my bro.
You're saying consolidate.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to hate. Honestly, gaming laptops are kind of great. You could get one of those. You can only maybe have one downloaded game at a time, but that's okay, bro.
This audio you're hearing right now is on a gaming laptop, so
yeah,
you know it's Furio from The Sopranos.
And when that COVID-19 hit, he was gaming on this laptop, you little bitch, with plenty of success. But this was like a $2,000 laptop, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like $2,600 after tax.
Yeah. And you could get a pretty good gaming PC for like $800, or a gaming laptop for $800. You can maybe only have one or two games. Like, I'm talking big games. Like if you're playing fucking Call of Duty or something, you can only have one of those big games on it at a time for it to.
There's desktop setups at like Walmart, Costco, Best Buy, like whole setups with like the mic,
like you get buy a whole bundle,
and those are probably fine. What's the price point?
They range probably from anywhere from $700 to as much as you want to go.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
And a lot of them
those are better than a laptop, which you guys
and
are saying.
a lot of them are like expandable. Like you maybe pay $700 for it, but you could put an extra $2,000 worth of shit into it if you wanted.
Dude,
to.
I upgraded the storage and the RAM on the laptop that we're using right now for like $200, I think, and like tripled the storage, doubled the RAM, and now it's like if you tried to buy a PC with the setup that we currently have just straight up, you wouldn't be able to find it. Like they don't sell it with that much storage and RAM.
Yeah, they kind of expect you to upgrade it a little bit. There's a little bit of this is also you've got a pretty high end gaming laptop, and I think that they catered that to people who would go the extra mile and add stuff to it, put more RAM in it.
Dude, I had a meltdown when I was doing it because the RAM that I had gotten wasn't compatible with the model, but the internet had misled me and made me believe that it was. So anytime I'd put in the RAM and then tried to start up the PC, it would crash and all this shit would happen, and I had to like go on a bunch of forums until I finally figured out, oh, the RAM is the issue. And then I had to return the RAM that I had bought, get different
It was because
RAM.
you bought too much RAM, right?
It was because I bought too much RAM.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that as long as you have other
powerful.
components to help it process, right?
Well, I think it was the model. This thing can't take the 64 RAM. It can only go to 32. And I had fucking jammed too much RAM in there. Or maybe it was a different, I don't know. Regardless, at the end of the day, I still doubled the RAM.
Whoa, back baby, jam the RAM.
Upgrading your own shit makes you feel like you're a fucking scientist.
Does it make you feel like a man?
Like you're hacking the CIA database. You're like,
It's the equivalent of fixing your car. You know what I mean? Something reliable like that you can't really.
Most people are too scared of just opening the shit. Like you don't want to see what's going on down there. I don't even want to.
Did you notice that your PC was very easy to open up? Like all you had to do was unscrew like maybe 2 things, and you could have full access to it.
Well, unfortunately, it was like fucking 12 screws back there.
Really?
It's not just 2.
Mine has like 4. I could turn mine with my fingers and take off the side of my PC and tinker around with it if I wanted to.
No, I talked shit about the dude that didn't want to help me at the Home Depot to get the right screwdriver. Remember I told you guys that? I walked in and I was like, I'm looking for this kind of screwdriver, and the dude was like, oh, we don't have that. And I was like, well, can we look? And he's like, dude, we don't have it. And then I went and found it. And then when I came back and I like confronted him, I was like, you do have it. You just didn't want to help me. And I just like shouldn't have confronted him, but I did. And it was a whole thing.
What did he say after you confronted him?
He was like, oh, like he didn't really say nothing.
You can't.
He just kind of ignored.
He got played.
I get it.
himself.
You work at Home Depot. Whenever
You should have had your camera out when you confronted him. You should have been like, hey, man, I found the thing.
Right, and you said that you guys didn't have it. Home Depot would have lost a sale.
Yeah, it's pretty common that Home Depot has the worst service.
No. Any retail place, if you walk in, everybody's always going to try and tell you, oh, you got to call customer service. Oh, you got to fucking leave. You got to do anything other than be here right now.
I wonder how Home Depot is dealing with this Prop 47 shit, because I feel like there's a lot of like expensive stuff, but under $900 that you can just walk out of Home Depot with.
Right. No, I mean, it's insane. But I think they're trying to do something now where they still, I forget exactly what it is, but I heard that they're trying to fucking get these kids who keep on stealing shit and think that it's cool. It's not cool. Shit, I'm at O'Toole's.
Yo, I'm at the Home Depot, and you know we gon' steal everything in the showroom. Yeah, I'm getting a fucking porcelain toilet for my home. Yeah, I'm gonna bip it.
Yeah, I've seen people stealing at Rite Aid, and then the people there are like, hey, but all they can do is shame them, not assault them. That's not great.
Apparently San Francisco's pretty goddamn fucked up right now, man, but it hasn't really hit LBC except for the Ross down on Pine Street.
Yeah, and that's more of a metropolitan area, like the downtown zone near my home. And yeah, I run in there and steal a telephone or a microphone or a case for my phone.
Every time I go into Ross, I see some property loss. It's like clockwork. It's something recent. I probably go to the Ross once a week.
Yeah, just because
it's fun to just stop in and check it out.
They might get some fucking jerseys or some shit.
Yeah. Ross is a cool place, and they've started doing this thing where I think it's supposed to be a security measure. Have you noticed it? Maybe they've got like what's the word? Like what are those fake fences at airports that are made up of like nylon? You know, like you can pull it out and attach it to another pole fence
to like control traffic.
Like they have them on not red carpets; those are different.
They're like
but
funneling them to the exit.
Yeah, they have those around the entrance and the exit, and they sort of let you in by unclipping the thing and let you in the store or whatever. But I don't see how that would ever prevent any theft, and it doesn't, because I go there once a week maybe, and once a week I witnessed someone just walk out of there.
No, I seen a bunch of dudes like stuffing socks into giant trash bags, like just bunches, like tons of socks, because they're then going to just hang out somewhere and sell them.
Yeah, for like way cheaper.
It's like entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? They're not just stealing shit that they need. They're then doing business in the street. And it's just
but they're practically giving them away. Like when they resell that kind
right,
of shit.
they're undercutting Ross even. Like if Ross is selling it for 10, they're selling it for 5, and it's already like a name brand product that was overstock that Ross got.
They're selling it for whatever the amount is that they think they need in that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a barter thing. It's like
if they need, like, say they only need like $5 for, you know, whatever it is that they might be needing to purchase. They might have like a fucking PlayStation. They'd be like, $5 for the PlayStation, bro. I mean, that's a bad example, but no, you know what I'm saying here.
That's why retail is fucking on top of the fucking space being super expensive. The fact that you can get robbed is an additional layer. Like, you're wasting money on retail space, and then on top of that, you're losing money because all your merchandise is getting robbed.
I don't understand what the point of security is. Because
no, you're right.
Ross has a security guy,
and he can't do nothing.
He's not allowed to touch anyone. So what is?
I think security is the last defense, so the employees feel secure.
What is?
So
what is they gonna?
The employees need someone there to put a body in between them and the customer, or the employees are not going to work there.
Like, instead of the employee addressing the person, the security guy, if somebody's getting rowdy, the security guy will be like, "Sir, you need to calm down."
If someone's shitting on the floor, they're gonna be like, "Get out of the store," kind of thing. Like,
but they're not allowed to. Here's the thing.
Abnormal.
Say I go to Ross right now, I whip out my ass, and I go to take a crap on the floor. They would have to call the police before anyone could actually lay any hands on me.
Do you know that?
Yes.
No, it's true.
I think there's rules
and
of establishments that you can't overdo, or their security can correct.
Then if you left before the police got there, the police isn't going to pursue you. You just shat in the store, and then they clean it up, and then you're gone.
And they all watched me.
Like, they're not going to go on the cameras and be like, "Oh, we think that this guy." No, they're just going to be like, "All right, that guy's gone now."
Were you there when we were shopping in Meyer in Michigan, and someone had shit right in the middle of one of those hallways?
I feel like I vaguely remember a shit in Meyer. Yeah,
it was bewildering. We were like, "There's literally just a human turd right in the middle of the fucking hall."
Yeah,
and it was like that white, nice polished floors, and you're like, "The fuck is wrong with
what
you?
the shit?
What the shit?"
No, I think that's like a cocaine shit, maybe. Like one of those.
No. It wasn't like a pile. It was like a log. So
right,
like,
but
that doesn't happen in cocaine.
No,
I wouldn't.
Cocaine doesn't mean that you have diarrhea. It's just whatever shit's inside of you's gonna be outside of you next. Yeah, you know me, and I like to have gay sex.
Damn. Okay. Cocaine makes my bladder wanna evacuate. And also my colon gotta say, "Hey, let's get this shit out of us today."
Yo, my colon is like, yo, we gon' get this shit out of me right now. Oh, yeah, you know, this dude did too much blow, and now I'm about to evacuate his bowels.
My bowels is empty, so is me. I'm feeling like I need plenty more lines to start feeling fine, sipping wine.
When it comes to lines, I got plenty, maybe 20. Yeah, you know me, the bass is bumping, and I'm bumping the lines of something. I'm not gonna say what it is dumpling.
Damn, now I got me thinking about dumplings.
Can I say something?
Better than cocaine.
Like, the older I get, the one thing I noticed I don't drop the blunt as much.
You used to drop the blunt? That's crazy.
No, not me. Like
okay.
The circles I'm in, like every once in a while, like people will be like drop the blunt before they hand it to me and shit. Like it's one of those things with immature people.
No, dropping the blunt's a serious offense.
How quickly did Richard
But like
just
I can't
backtrack on talking about how he used to drop the blunt? He's like, well, actually, I'm talking about someone else. Well, no, not me.
It's a team effort. So like I can't say you can't drop the blunt.
Right, if I got a weak handoff.
Yeah, it's a weak hand. You gotta grab that shit. So
you're saying
that
it
was my fault, but at the same time, you don't let it go.
You're saying that as you get older, you've surrounded yourself with people that are better
more
at passing blunts.
Like I can't think of a time in the last 2 years where someone dropped a blunt.
No, yeah, I mean that person would have been, excommunicado.
No. When I
I've
first
never
started
dropped
smoking,
a blunt in my life.
Yeah, that's the biggest bullshit I ever heard.
Well, no,
I remember stumbling on the ground during fucking John Ross's wedding, just fucking looking for shit.
Oh, dude, John Ross is what I want to. Can he get married again?
Yo,
that was so
seriously,
fun.
they need to renew their vows. This time, actually make it all Mauna Kea instead of this Keck Observatory shit.
That was so funny because we had gotten some party favors, and there was a point where we had thought that the party favors were missing and lost, and Richard was so frantically upset about the missing party, which I get, because if I had just dropped $120 on fireworks, I would be upset as well. But it was still one of those things where,
it's never the loss of the item that's the concern. It's about the person finding it.
Well, no, and also your brain starts to react.
I could have sworn he started accusing people. He was like, Alex, are you sure you don't have it?
Had he already gotten in on the favors?
Yes, he might have already.
The favors.
Bro, that whole weekend was just one slur day. Like the whole, it was insane how we went from one day to the next. Like it was just there was no start or finish.
No, and and like when you're locked in and realize, oh shit, the fun I was about to have has just been canceled. That's a hard realization.
It wasn't canceled. It was just a frantic moment that Alex thinks. Because I overreacted that it took a while, but it's still
it's like when you tell a kid it's when you tell a kid we're going to Disneyland for 6 hours, and then all of a sudden it starts to rain, and you're like, oh, we're not going to Disneyland.
Well, I feel like there's almost nothing Richard could do, especially if he's fucked up, that would make me be like, fuck Richard. You know what I mean? It's because in that sort of scenario. It would be like disowning a child, you know what I mean? It's just like, why? Like you have to there's no one more understanding in that situation than me, where I'm just like, okay, yeah, he's fucked up. He thinks that he thinks I stole the cocaine, maybe. I mean, not cocaine.
I don't think that ever went through my head, but if it did, you're probably the reason why.
That's crazy.
Because you can't trust people.
It was found very shortly.
Oh, so it was found.
The favors, not we actually. There was none of that other stuff.
So Richard came back up real hard.
Yeah,
there's too many people involved.
I don't remember what day that was. Was it the day before or was it?
Who gives
a shit? The wedding. I think it was when we got back from the wedding.
Doesn't matter. The only thing I remember not enjoying about that week was we had a bachelor party, which was super fun, and it was all genders included. It was just like a pre-wedding party.
It was just a night out in the town.
It's not like
we invited everyone.
I definitely think it's fine if you have chicks at your bachelor party that aren't strippers, and I think it's fine if you have dudes at your bachelorette party that like. Why does it have to be exclusive? You know what I'm saying? We all partying. That's just how it is. Yeah, I'm a smart little kid. I be circumventing everything you believe about wedding traditions. Yeah, what do you need?
Yeah, weddings tend to be sexist, and I'm not flexing, but I got bitches with me, and I'm not even paying. They're not stripping.
No, they're not stripping, they're just our close friends. Yeah, they're here because we invited them personally, because we respect them and trust them for the hang.
I got platonic relationships with the opposite sex, and sometimes it's the best, and other times I get a lot of perspective from someone who doesn't live in my existence.
I'm not even trying to fuck this chick, yo. I'm just grateful that she exists, bro. And she's over here at the bachelor party. And you know me, yo, I'm feeling retarded.
Let me clarify, if she ever is like, hey, you trying to go right now? I'd be like, okay, absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm always totally horny.
Just to clarify, I'm not certain that was an actual bachelor party. I think they had that like a week or two before.
Okay, but they're
bast.
So we went as like the class, because all the class members could show up that week of. So we went like just a night out, but it was our bachelor party.
I'm sure the audience really cares about these details.
But I just didn't want to disrespect the wedding. Like the wedding was so big.
Respect the wedding, please.
It didn't have a shitty bachelor party.
I'd like to
the bachelor party was twofold. That's all.
I'd like to talk about weddings for a second, because I feel like if you go to a wedding that's well put together and there's enough booze, there's a great opportunity there for a single person.
Because everyone's in a happy mood.
Single person at a wedding, I feel like if it's a good wedding, you should be able to figure something out.
Oh, yeah. You're 1,000% correct. Every wedding I've been to...
Is it better than a wake, though?
Every wedding I've been to... fucking stupid ass.
And it's sunny out today. Are we just making statements?
Yeah, I'd rather be here than a funeral.
I'd rather celebrate love than mourn death. Absolutely.
Guys, everyone says it's easier to pick up girls at a wake. You know what I mean? Because they're sad.
No, that's a myth.
Emotions.
That's a myth.
Is it, though?
I've never heard that.
No,
what is this? That's a myth.
That's the movies.
No, he's talking about fucking Will Ferrell in Wedding Crashers.
Yeah. That's not. Come on. That was a wedding. But
at the end of the movie, they show Will Ferrell, and he used to be the legendary Wedding Crasher.
You act like it's only one movie.
And
They've done that.
They show Will Ferrell. He's like, no, I'm going to funerals now, man. They're all emotional. It's straight up. Richard is referencing a gag from a single movie.
No, not a single movie. There's multiple funeral movies where they talk about getting women that are very emotional.
I think men get
horny.
And
it happens all the time.
No, I think men get horny when women are emotional. Women don't get horny when they're emotional.
So, and like you said, weddings are plenty emotional.
I don't know. I think we see women crying and we're like, man, maybe she'll want to fuck me right now.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll get confused and fuck me.
It's the mascara running that does it for me.
Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? It's so similar to something else.
I just made this realization this week, and this, now that I've said it, I'm like, I don't even want to say it anymore.
No, you got to say it.
Okay, but you know how sometimes you see ladies, mostly at the gym, but like their gym attire is it's just a giant T-shirt and then whatever, like the spandex shorts or something like that, and it's very hot. And I'm just like, why is this hot? Like, they're wearing a shirt that's like triple XL and then just the spandex T-shirts. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm trying to be scientific about this. I think it's because they look like they've just been fucked.
That's a solid theory. I think it's also because there's a lot of leg. The big T-shirt,
there's leg no matter what at the gym. There's something different about the T-shirt in the equation. I think
it looks like she's wearing your big shirt because you guys just got done getting it done.
I'm trying. This is my theory. You know, we need some peer review. We have to run some tests.
No, I think the big T-shirt is still short on her, so it's like a short dress, and then that sort of creates that sort of it's all hanging out kind of vibe.
I really think it's that confident aspect. What you look at is what you want to see, kind of thing.
You might be right, Richard. Maybe there is some confidence.
It's one of the things that I guess people do. I don't know if women do it too, but I'm sure males do it. That they see what they want and then they put it in a light where they already own it, kind of thing, and it makes them feel better. I think kind of like when you get denied in pursuit of a woman, like you don't put it as I failed because I'm a terrible person. You want to put that to the light, like I tried, like she's missing out, kind of thing.
Richard got great self-esteem.
I think self-esteem is how you get women. Yeah, absolutely.
If a woman rejects me, I go into a bender for the next 4 days. You know what I'm saying? I can't handle rejection like that.
And that's the negative abuse to your self-esteem right there. You know what I mean?
I have to fix that. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, you know, I feel like I deal with rejection fine. It's weird. Like I feel like the stuff that I'm self-confident about doesn't really help me out that much, and then there's the shit that I'm not self-confident about that actually pulls me back. Like I know that. Whoa. Yeah, I'm a catch. That's just how it is, yo. It's your loss, you stupid batch. You a bitch, bro. Yo, you can't do shit. Oh, you can't tell me nothing, you lil hoe.
Yo, I'm the least confident man that's ever lived. Yo, I used to suck on a bib. And yeah, now I'm fucking struggling with the shit I went through as a kid.
Ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. That's shout out to Slick Rick. Or I don't think he's the one that said that shit. I think it might have been Too Short or Ice Cube or...
Shout out that dude, Rick. I bet that he was the dude who said that shit, but probably not. You get me? Maybe it was E40.
I thought that you would know who it was.
I don't.
That's why I tried to pass it off, cuz.
I thought it was like that Eminem collaboration or Tricks.
Is it Dre?
No, with Tricks
Bitches
from the
ain't
Detroit.
shit but hoes and tricks. Lick the balls and suck the dick or whatever the line.
It might have been a Snoop Dogg line.
Snoop?
No.
No one knows.
What's that?
If only there was a way we could find out.
What's that Eminem collaboration with all those artists in Detroit?
D12?
D12.
No, that wasn't it. I mean, they
They
definitely
did,
rapped about sucking some dick, though. That's for sure. They had some raunchy lines in their music. That's for sure. David recently hit up Bizarre, for a feature.
I mean, it's not that crazy. First off, that fool that's how he makes a living.
No, I don't think it's crazy at all. I think that you and him would actually make a really good song together.
It was Dre.
It was Dre. Okay.
No,
Cool,
he literally posted on his story like doing features right now. Hit my DM, and he also has been on a song with former guest of the show Loki, and he runs in those like underground hip hop circles in Detroit. So I was like, this isn't that far fetched. But then he never responded to the DM.
Maybe you will in like a year.
Well, I already got D-Lu on the song.
Right. Well, you're gonna have to do the remix featuring Bizarre.
Right. That's honestly totally an option, and I'd rather just not pay for a feature.
That's the thing. At this point, it's like so few people know who Bizarre is. I feel like
I think people who like Eminem probably.
It's some if you know shit to where you see Bizarre, you're like, oh shit, this dude got Bizarre on the track.
Yeah.
But most people, I'm talking like maybe 75% of the people that see that track are gonna be like, who's this fucking weird guy rapping here?
No, honestly, if he got on a song and the song was tight, I could see myself being like, yo, I'm gonna come to Detroit for the weekend. Let's do a video. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to say that.
That dude might like stick a finger in your butt.
I'd be into that. You know what I'm saying? Prostate milking.
Milking.
I'm wondering. Where
We're jumping all the way to the milking. He might just be checking it for tumors.
He might be a pediatrician.
I think there's things that come before that. If there's
a
any
pediatrician who does prostate exams should be locked up for all. Oh my God!
It's never too soon to start checking.
You know what? For all we know, you might be right.
Yeah, no.
Get
ahead of it.
You think there's ever been anyone under 40 that's gotten prostate cancer? I mean, under 30. Let's say under 30.
I think it's
sure.
Absolutely.
Is it colon cancer or prostate cancer?
Prostate cancer. That's the number one killer of dudes, if I'm not mistaken. As far as cancer.
As far as cancers,
yeah.
Isn't that why peanuts are? You shouldn't eat peanuts after 40 or something.
What?
Because of prostate cancer.
I've never heard that
man.
before.
It's a thing.
I gotta look that up.
I'm concerned with prostate cancer and with
I'll look it up for you.
With kidney stones. I don't want to get a kidney stone.
Well, kidney stones, I'm almost positive come from not drinking enough water.
I don't drink a lot of water. Oh. Getting a soda stream this Christmas.
I figured. Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Well, get the drink mate, bro.
I'm getting the soda stream because it was on sale and somebody bought it for me.
Okay, well, we got tell me you didn't get the pink one.
I don't think so.
Okay, because then you can use you can take as many of those as you want. I got 1 million fucking CO2 canisters that are empty that you can have, and then we can fucking get on some sort of refill regime, my guy.
I just don't think we're gonna maintain a similar rhythm of consumption.
Well, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Honestly, I think that I can sustain on my own if I get like 10 of them refilled at once or something.
Got it.
You know, maybe you only get 3 refills. We gotta measure our consumption. Yo, I got the gumption to get some CO2. You pumpkin spice head. Why? I'm dead. I'm drinking sparkling water. That's what I said.
Yeah, that fizzy water is the best. I can feel it bubbling inside my chest. Yeah, that shit really helps me digest all the food I just ate, bitch.
I love the burps, yo, it quenches my thirst, bro. I love the motherfucking drink made, I'll use it every day. And I don't give a fuck if you think sparkling water is gay, cause that is fucking tough.
Yeah, all that bubbly in my tummy. Yeah, it makes me feel like it's so yummy. I usually don't drink water, but the bubbly shit really helps me just slaughter.
I'm drinking hella water since I got the drink mate. I drink it every day, like post haste.
Yeah, it's true. I'm still like buying LaCroix and shit, but whenever we do have LaCroix at the house, I'm just drinking that nonstop. And I honestly will only drink water when I'm fucking dying of thirst. I'm like, I'm so thirsty right now. I have to drink water. And we have a water dispenser. Like it makes water ice cold. So like I'm able to drink ice cold water like that, but it's still just so boring.
Yeah, no, you need the drink mate, or I guess you're getting a soda stream. Which you know what?
Never really had that in my life, so I don't get the appeal.
Well, like
appeal of what?
I don't like when I drink stuff. I usually drink to like either to satisfy and I cannot do that with carbonated drinks. Like when I'm thirsty and I try to drink carbonated drinks, I drink too much of it and it doesn't make me feel good.
Well, there's a thing where I don't get thirsty anymore, really, because I'm constantly drinking sparkling water.
It's wild, and that's totally a thing because there was a time where people didn't drink water, only ale or watered down like alcohol.
No, yeah, those are
I'm
the
pretty
days.
sure they still drink water.
No, the French drank wine, and the British drank ale.
Right, and they died.
You're saying they didn't. That was the only they would
Yes.
wake up and drink
Because
ale?
the water wasn't safe.
The water was it was the water was for servants. You know what I mean?
And then they all died when they were 36.
Well, that's true too, but I don't think it was.
Can you imagine the liver on those fools?
I think that's why like Irish people have a higher tolerance to alcohol. I think it's been bred in their
Because generations of just drinking
Yeah.
ale nonstop.
Yeah, their intestines are probably more liable to like accept that alcohol.
And that's why they all look like they have fetal alcohol
But
syndrome.
like then you go over to like Native Americans who consume just a little bit, and it's just
Destroys them.
Yeah, like,
That happens.
Well, they just turn red.
but they were more introduced to like tobaccos, shrooms, like edibles and stuff. They weren't into fermentation.
Is that the same thing with like Chinese people?
Yeah, the Asian
yes,
culture is very
they
common
have
to
Asian
have
flush.
Yeah, to have like an alcohol allergy.
And I wonder, and what we're positing here right now on the pod is that it's because alcohol was introduced to their culture sort of late in the evolution process.
I think it's because of the crazy plagues and dysentery, like the terrible water. So like they found ways to dilute or to like overrule that kind of thing. Like
I heard it's just a
safe.
genetic, like you have a gene in your body that makes you not able to like alcohol is a poison, so it's like it makes sense that certain genes. Certain people can't handle it as much.
I don't think it's a poison as much as a toxin.
It's very obviously
same thing.
A thing in like for Asian people. Though.
Yeah.
It's so. It's
very common amongst Asian culture.
And I don't. Yeah, like it's very. I think it's rare. I don't think I've ever. I think I maybe have met one white guy that turns red when he drinks.
Yeah, that's true. So I was gonna say it's not as popular as you would think. Because plenty of people do, but I wonder if it's because of the different hierarchies inside society, like where some people probably never had alcohol for centuries upon centuries, while other ruling small families had alcohol.
It's
And
a working theory. I think that maybe you might be right. I just don't. I'm sure the Chinese drank wine centuries ago.
Right. They had that rice wine.
It's always
bro.
so cool to see like archaeologists discover like these patterns in cultures, like where all the lower tier people were only allowed to eat vegetative like farming stuff, where the hunters were allowed all the big game and stuff. So to support this, and then the society eventually died off because they eventually hunted out everything they could, and they couldn't sustain a huge population, and then everything became a desert. But they knew that genetically, the lower class people were smaller by a lot because for centuries
Because they're malnourished.
they were malnourished. So you can see like that just impacting a small little cultural society. So that's weird.
That's how bored it.
Sorry,
Alex
I
is
didn't
by
mean.
what
I,
you're
didn't, I didn't
saying.
mean to throw you off.
Well,
I was
yeah.
kind of hoping you'd continue with the echo.
No,
But-
I think that's interesting, and also it shows that nowadays is actually probably the best time to be alive based on your odds of surviving and being okay. Like, yo, even though a bunch of us are broke, it's likely that we could get an artichoke or a piece of beef and not have to really suffer insufferably.
Yo, I'm so thankful for the 23rd century. I guess it's only 2023, not the 23rd, but you know what you heard. Yo, I get so much food that this shit is absurd.
You know, in 2023, it's pretty easy to go acquire 1,000 calories and then simply ingest it. It probably tasted the bestest.
I'm so glad I don't live in the olden days.
For real.
Where you know that you had to go bale hay to get some food for that day for your wife and 45 kids that you are gonna die someday.
Even like 1982, like it was difficult to fucking, cure the flu or play the flute because they didn't have YouTube.
I'm playing the flute while I got the flute. I'm coughing and shitting and spitting. Yeah, what it do? You good, bro?
Sorry, I was burping. Too much beer.
Fuck,
that was
dude.
a good one. You guys
Okay.
went ham.
No, yeah, I think that probably was a good one. Let me read you the beats. Read you the beats that I had chosen for our guests who didn't show up.
Stop pouting.
Meet Again by Manuel. You know what? Fuck you, Richard.
I'm just kidding.
I put in
Continue
I
on.
put in so
Continue.
much fucking hard work to make this shit happen. I reserved my whole job. I had to be like, hey, I can't work Saturdays. I fucking told my entire fucking people that hired me, hey, I have a business.
Yeah,
fucking
but that's
lied to them. I was like, I need Saturdays.
that wasn't because of this guy.
Not because of this guy, but like that's how much fucking importance I put on this day specifically that I've carved it into my life.
All I hear is how much I'm not wanted.
And then this dude gets sick. No, I do want you here, Rich. It's true. It's just, like we all know that you were the backup guest.
When was your confirmation? Like not Catholically, but when did you send him the hey? So we're gonna be here. We're good for Saturday,
Thursday I did it.
Thursday, and he was like, hell yeah.
He's like, yes, brother.
Okay. Oh,
I have-
what's
shit.
the
And this was
address?
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, what's the question?
So you know how we were just talking about how things like change, like humanity's like, I don't know. It
Were we
makes
talking about that?
the commonality between humanity, right? Some people can, some people can't drink alcohol. What if electronics and technology and everything, we start adapting to these magnetic waves going through the air, all this internet and shit, and then we start adapting like our descendants and genetically we start having a connection where you can turn on and off things and stuff. Like there's a magnetic wave.
I could hit
correlates.
stop on the recording right now.
Because we
with
know
my
it
brain.
affects us. Like there were warnings, like don't put it in your pocket, or else you're gonna lose. Like
Right, because you're nuts.
yeah, because it heats up and the magnetic waves and stuff. And then say don't stand next to a microwave. Like all that stuff is affecting us constantly in genetics.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
So what if we're adapting to it?
I'm sure there's 7,000 episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience that you can go listen to that answer this question.
look
they've
up-
never talked about that. The
look-
ones I've
Look up Joe Rogan talking about technology.
Look up the singularity. It's an actual theory, and it's just about how eventually we're gonna be like iRobot and Will Smith. We're gonna be part machine.
But
you
I
know?
feel like that's all taken from the stance where humans modify themselves to be more committed. This is genetic modification. This is adaptation. Humans adapt to situations. What if technology is more biological than we think?
I mean,
It is
I
just
feel like
materials.
eventually we're all gonna be in hospital beds with automated dildos, just fucking us and jerking us off simultaneously while we just have a main line of some shit. We're just like this in ecstasy constantly until we die.
That sounds boring as fuck.
No, it's
that's like the Matrix, bro. And then
I just don't think that happens unless there's tyranny, and unless there's a point for those.
There is
unless there are batteries.
The tyranny is coming, dude. You're fucking taxed like 40%.
Because pleasure isn't sought for pleasure's sake.
There's people who already sort of live like that. You know what I mean? In a less technologically stated sort of way. Like they never leave their home. They they live in their parents' basement or something, and they just sort of jerk off and play video games all day. And that's kind of what you're describing, but.
That is the very few, I feel. The few that give into these.
But no, there's enough. There's plenty of them.
Well, people give into indulgences, but it can only take you so far. Eventually, you just collapse and become part of the problem, not the solution.
Right, but like being the solution is so upstream.
But
like
being the solution is the only way you progress.
Right, but it's so hard, dude.
But we know that without progression, you stay stagnant and then you die off.
We're all like mostly stagnant. Like
most of us will die off.
The entire environment is set up to just like be comfortable as shit. It's really hard to try to go up against stream.
You're rewarded for taking the more comfortable route. You know what I mean?
It's like if I just sit here and order food, it comes to the door, and then
you're rewarded maybe in the instant, but not in the future necessarily.
No, I think you are. Like if I like just got like my CDL when I was 24 and whatnot, I would be much more secure in my future, and then I'd have like a wife and kids or some shit. Yo, picture me over here with the picket fence. Yo, I'm so dense that I was like, nah, that shit ain't for me. Yo, I'm over here with the beats, spitting rhymes and the flows on the Dome show.
I could have had a sick ass degree and then go get a job in accounting and then make like $603,000 a year, you see?
603K, that's me every damn day. Ooh, look at me, yo, I'm at my job driving this truck, all this fucking gear. Yeah, you know me and my wife, she's pretty, you hear?
Yeah, my wife is pretty, but when I get home, she seems to be less witty. I think she's banging the neighbor Smitty. And yeah, oh yeah, that's very fitting.
It's very fitting, like how his penis is fitting in her vagina as she cheats on me.
Whenever I hear stories about someone coming home early and then walking in on their partner fucking somebody in their house, to me that is always the most just brutal disrespect.
Yeah, like you should be allowed to murder both of them, you know what
right,
I mean?
Like that's home invasion. You're invading my home. You're invading my home and my lover.
Yes.
Her vagina's invaded.
Yes, it has been invaded. Although one could argue that she kind of invited him in, so you can't just go and kill him.
Well, what if she's not on the lease?
Then I think you can kill that guy. Bro.
Yeah. No, just have the decency of cheating on me at La fucking Quinta Inn.
You're right. You're almost asking to get caught if you're cheating at your fucking spouse's place of living as well. You gotta go.
What are you fucking else. Uber eating dick right now? Like, do at least takeout dick.
Yeah, I agree.
Takeout dick.
No, takeout means you're still bringing it home.
Well, yeah, that's.
Sorry guys, I couldn't wait.
Dine in dick.
But
that implies you're staying in.
No, it doesn't.
Well, you're staying in the restaurant. Where's the restaurant?
It's not at your house.
You're right. That would be cooking at home.
Which is the name of a podcast, probably.
Podcast that's gotta suck. The other day I was talking to somebody who was like talking about starting a podcast or whatever, and they were like, yeah, what's great about it is that we're just friends talking and being honest. And I was like, is that really what's great about it?
You need a gimmick, bro.
No, I was just like, it's crazy that this person thinks that that's what's great about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing making a podcast good at this point is like your independent brand and you being cool as a person. Because if you're just you and your friends, that's what this episode is. Thank God we're freestyling, Richard, because I would fucking have more suicidal ideation if all we were doing was just talking about fucking technology and you know what I'm saying? Like, it is so dumb. And all of you guys that think you're going to start a podcast, it's not fun. This shit is hard.
It's hard work.
I fucking hate doing it. And guests cancel on you.
It's actually like, it's technically easy if you want to do it poorly. You know what I mean? There's
right. If you think that just talking to your friends and being honest is interesting, you're fucking delusional. Call your mom.
No, don't do that.
True.
I called my mom this week and it was horrible. She was like, "How's your new job?" And I was like, "It sucks. I wish I was dead." She's like, "Oh, well, are you enjoying it?" I'm like, "No, that's the same thing as the first question, bitch."
Maybe you're being a little too honest with your mom.
Yeah, a little bit too harsh.
No, there's no way.
I try and make it seem like I'm thriving whenever I talk about her. I don't want to give her any sort of reason.
I was so drained that I couldn't even impersonate a happy person for her. It's just the things that I hate the most about my life are the things that she thinks are the most important. So like this shitty job that I have just to pay my bills, she thinks is my career. And I'm like, no, actually, that's what I'm most embarrassed of. I hate the fact that that is my reality, and you force me to talk about it with you and suffer additionally.
Every time I visit my family, they're like, Alex, how's your car?
Yeah. Yo, my mom asked me the same thing. Well, how's my car? What did I eat for lunch today?
It's very grounding, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's horrible. It's
but
like
it's
the
things
worst.
you have to deal with every single day, so that's the important stuff.
It's
your mom asking about the important stuff.
I just think that there are parents out there that, you know, treat their children like just other human beings. You know what I mean? And not like
some
this
parents,
person that they're still responsible for after they turn 30.
I definitely see that too. Like some parents treat their children just like children.
I'm just looking for the day where my mom stops attaching the word thing to the end of my dream when she asks me about it. How's the podcast thing going? How's the music thing? As if it's like this retarded, mythical, nebulous concept. Like, just fucking say,
no.
How is the pursuit of your dream going so far?
Well,
say it like that to me.
I feel like you're trying to paint her to be someone she's not.
No,
with her saying that, it gives you more of an insight onto what she thinks about it.
She thinks that what I'm doing is a thing that isn't really concrete. It's nebulous and vague and doesn't have a clear strategy that results in money one day.
Nebulous, yo, why do I exist? Just to do this motherfucking podcast. Yeah, you know me, and I'm about to cuss. Fuck, shit, poop, and pee.
She perceives it as an intangible concept that can't be put together and explained to my friends or my relatives that live in a different nation. There is no explanation.
Oh, my son, he's got a good friend that he does a show with every Saturday, and you know what? I think that he might be gay.
Him and this guy from college that for some reason he's still friends with sit down every week and take sedatives, and then they freestyle about shit that's grotesque that nobody actually thinks is good, friends.
No, and actually no one listens either.
There's some people that listen. And you guys are the reason we're still here.
Thanks a lot, folks. Low key, it's never been better, honestly, and I'm very excited about the future of the show. We've got.
I can't agree more.
Next, hopefully, fingers crossed, knock on the wood that they don't, cancel on us. We got some good, solid guests lined up.
I'm excited about that. I mean, it's just funny because we had an exciting guest a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "We're doing it, man!" And then, this week I feel like I'm at the low. And then next
don't
week
be
up again.
There's no reason for you. I think you're only at the low because maybe it's the process of booking it, and you're like, man, all that shit, like we were good to go, and now it's gone. But honestly, I feel like there's a juxtaposition here where I really don't care that guy canceled.
No, I don't either, and part of me felt relief. I'm like, now I don't have to endure the social experience of allowing a new person into my realm. But at the same time, it feels disrespectful. And the reason I don't always believe the people when they cancel is because if I really cared about this, like let's say you invited me to your show and I really cared about your show and I truly was ill the morning of, I gave him my number. He has my number. I would have called and honestly explained over the phone, hey, 100% honestly, I'm actually sick. I really can't make it. I know this is very short notice. I really want to reschedule for a date. Like, are you available January 8th? You know what I'm saying? I would thoroughly cancel in a way that was very genuine and ensured a rescheduling so that it was known. Instead,
You're just upset that he didn't give you the respect you deserve.
well, I because I put in like I left my apartment at fucking 7:30 a.m. this morning with fucking 3 bags and all this shit, like psychologically stressing over, oh, maybe I forgot something, like reading this fucking article about him on some magazine yesterday, and it's like maybe he's just sick, but
He's probably sick.
Probably
Something's
sick.
going around.
It happens.
he's probably just sick.
I'm gonna pee real quick.
But still, opportunity sometimes like you missed it. But at the same time, I get to see the highlight of you two. You know what I mean? It's your show.
I appreciate you being so positive and being here, Rich. It's it is what it is. We freestyle. Thank God for the freestyles. We have nothing left. Meet Again by Manuel. December by Piper Beats. Shout out. Actually, I'm going to rip a fucking dope ass hook on that beat, Piper. Keep an eye out. Obscene by Lethal Needle. Outside by Floating. Spit Bars by Dima and Rayas. Galaxy by Louie. Things I've Seen by Bailey Daniel. King by Kylo and In My Soul by Lex Factor. I think Golden Era by The Mole. Who the fuck goes by The Mole?
The Mole. I don't know. It's kind of clever. I mean, going down is never a good thing, but
No, going down is a good thing, on women,
yeah. But there's like digging up secrets, digging up money. You know, what I
Oh,
mean? There's
go.
always digging's always a good thing.
Digging's a good thing?
Yeah.
Like a grave?
Like you can't just let someone like rot. You have to dig a grave. You know what I mean? Like it's a good thing.
Okay, your perspective on digging is totally different
But
than
it's
what
like
I would have
if you're
thought.
gonna find treasure somewhere, you're probably gonna dig.
Okay, so you have to dig to find the...
Yeah, if you're gonna get out of what you're doing right now, you're gonna dig through some secrets.
But that's digging up, right? Not digging down.
But it's all relative to the idea of digging.
Yeah,
I dig that.
Yeah, see.
But the treasure metaphor doesn't work.
No, yeah, I mean...
What do you mean treasure?
Because
you see an X and you're just like,
down
I'm digging.
to get treasure. Like,
Do you?
But you still
You're
dig up.
you're
you
describing.
dig up secrets.
You don't dig up,
That's the best part about treasure hunts.
I
It's
think-
all the secrets that you have to
You dig up the
unfold.
treasure.
right? But then what? It implies that there's the metaphor doesn't work because you got to keep digging. You got to keep digging up.
But if you want anyone on your team on a treasure hunt, it's probably a mole.
You know what? I'm being too critical of this metaphor.
I don't even
I'll
know
give
how
it
we
to him.
transitioned into
Oh,
this dialogue.
Mole was the last beat.
Oh, because there's a producer named The Mole.
But you said something about you're jumping on Piper beat.
Well, no. You know what's funny about moles? I recently was privy to the Atlantis movie. You remember that?
I love that movie.
It's a great ass movie.
There's that mole character.
and he's like
Beans, bacon, and lard.
He's French.
he's a French guy, and he's also mole coated, which is a little strange.
And he loves digging.
Yes. Yo, I'm the mole character from Atlantis. If I was French, I would be pissed. I'd be like, yo, where the fuck? Sacre bleu, why did you do that to me, dude?
Yo, shout out Atlantis. I was really into that hot ass bitch, the blonde one who's involved in the military. When I was 8, that got me really thinking.
I preferred the character that was played by Michelle Rodriguez. Yo, she was so
mechanic.
fucking hot because I was over there as a little guy jerking off to cartoons.
Yo, cartoons are the best. They're my perfect fantasy. Can't you see? They don't need to take Plan B after I nut all over me.
That's the reason why I love cartoons. It's because they don't have human biology.
Wombs.
That was
Damn,
good,
yo. That was ridiculous. But why isn't there like a special name for like cartoon porn.
There is.
What is it?
Like hentai?
Yeah, exactly. Hentai is an anime porn.
Anime porn, yeah.
So it's not cartoon porn. What's cartoon porn?
Actually, it's called American hentai.
American hentai?
Or I guess you could call it like non-Japanese hentai, but I swear, I think it's just animated porn.
Kind of need to know if I'm going to put it on a search.
Here's the thing: there's a subreddit for it,
Yeah.
and let's say I've been there. It exists. If you're looking for specifically non-hentai, you can go to our
Hentai's a little gruesome sometimes. It's like those
Well,
fluids are going everywhere.
I just don't appreciate the art style in pornographic form. If I'm gonna watch an anime, it better be some fucking intelligent ass shit. We watched Ghost in the Shell last time Richard was here, because I was just like, yo, it's been a while since I've seen a good ass anime.
Yeah.
Most of these animes are written for pedophiles. And so we watched Ghost in the Shell, and that's a banger. It's
It had its moments where there was some weird shit going on.
it's
but
definitely
most
it's a
animes-
slow burn. I will say I thought it was going to be a little crazier.
They were
but-
obsessed with tits for sure.
Well, no, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
That, like,
Well,
yeah,
she has to be
classic.
she has to be naked in order to go invisible.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. So they
We do need to watch the second one. Just
actually no, we don't. Here's the thing. This was crazy. I was like, so there's Ghost in the Shell 2.0, and I thought that was the sequel to Ghost in the
not.
Shell. It's not. It's a remastering of the original, and they take some of the stuff that they had originally animated and make it like CGI and
so
stuff.
you made me watch less great tits?
No,
You
no.
know what I mean?
The tits were
He's pissed.
The
No, I'd be
tits were-
pissed too.
The tits were not going to be CGI, and you got to understand, dude. This is 2001 CGI.
Yeah, not good, not
it
good.
Would the actual animation is better than the CGI.
My beef with hentai is that I don't see myself masturbating and reading subtitles simultaneously. It's too much work.
Luckily,
That's
there's
what I'm
not a
saying,
lot of
American
dialogue.
hair and hentai.
No, but I'm in it for the story. I want to know, like, why is my stepmom, home early, and then all of a sudden, like, she needs help, like,
See, you
getting
You would
pregnant.
think that would be the
Bro.
answer, but then when you get into real hentai, then it's actually interactive.
yeah,
so you have to make a
something
choice.
involving a lizard.
No, it's a game now.
Oh, I get
so
it.
you make
Yeah.
a choice and you click yes, I want to do that, or no, I don't want to do that, and it takes you on a different spin.
It's
You ever
just
play
in-
those games?
It's
You're talking about a choose your own adventure porn game.
You've never done that.
Yeah, I think those games exist. You won't last in this game for
I've
6
definitely-
seconds.
But to make it a choose your own
click
adventure.
now.
You've never seen those?
I know. I'm literally describing what you're talking about. I understand the concept. You're saying
But you're
that
bewildered because you've never
No,
played.
I don't
one.
think
you've never played one either. You're
I
saying
have,
that you've played
multiple
a
times.
choose your own adventure porn game.
hentai. Yeah, it's like the end result was basically a dating game where you
Okay,
you
was this on
accrue-
Newgrounds?
something like that. It was way back when, it was before high school.
I've seen ads for games like this on porn sites. Like a lot of ads for porn games, where it's like games where like you're just like choosing exactly what you're saying. Like, oh, do I?
Yeah, but the problem with those games is when it comes to the actual like pornographic sex part, it's just this like loop of the same
a weird
animation
loop.
over
It's
and over
but
again.
the key of the game is you can play the game again, and then if you choose
It's
right,
got replay value?
Yes.
Instead of
yes,
fucking the
'cause,
stepmom, you fuck the stepsister.
dude, there's 3 women you get to choose it out of. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like
So,
choices.
So exactly.
If I'm not
what I'm
mistaken,
saying.
I'm pretty sure one of the more popular ones is like a dress up game, like the one of the main pornographic sidebar ads that you get. I'm cruising out on new grounds. I won't last 3 seconds with this new sound. I'ma click on this game. I got no shame. I'ma play it all goddamn fucking day.
Yo, now even porn games are playing. Yo, I used to just slay it. But now I'm sitting here just spraying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Violating the family computer room. Yeah, you know me. What it do? With my homie, he's in the next room and he's waiting for his turn. We gonna learn how much data we could earn.
Yo, we got a whole room for my computer, and for some reason the door's closed, and it sounds like someone's slapping a ham. Yeah, I'm feeling grand. I used to live in Afghanistan.
Slapping hams, that's the new RPG that I just downloaded on my gaming PC.
It's funny, I used to work at a camp that had a ham in the fridge, and a bit that I used to do with my friend was I would walk out with the ham and slap it, and it sounded like you were slapping like an ass, and it killed every time. Everybody was like, "That's so funny. He's like slapping the ham."
But literally slapping meat.
Slapping meat, yeah.
That's not a bad bit. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a good bit. Yeah,
you're
good.
saying that ham was just always there, like they
Yeah,
never,
like they stocked ham, so that there'd be like deli.
You're
ham.
saying okay, so it wasn't the same piece of ham.
Different hams across the years.
Okay. I thought maybe that it was just like, oh man, there's trusty old ham hock here. I
Yeah.
can pull out and slap around.
It was like one of those body fleshlights, but it's made of ham.
That would work. That would work.
It integrates two of my favorite things: masturbation and ham.
That's so bad. It's
What
an edible dildo.
What was
It's
the
good stuff.
What was the podcast that you were on where you were talking about that guy that cooks food in the in the sinks?
With the lid outlet, the Brown Militia podcast.
Yeah, the Brown Militia podcast. Okay. Now I get why I haven't been asked on. But yo, I saw that guy this week on. I had never heard of him before, and then randomly he popped into my feed on Twitter. Some chick was talking about him, and he was making shrimp and potatoes in an airplane bathroom, like in the air.
Yeah.
And he brings out this little. It's like a coil that heats up water. And he puts I used to use one when I did tiling in the winter. You'd have to put this coil in the water so it wouldn't freeze and you could still tile and shit. And he boils shrimp in the fucking sink and also makes mashed potatoes in an airplane. He's in the air doing this shit.
So disgusting.
Yeah.
Sink.
It'd be funny if like the flight attendant's like, "Sir, you can't smoke in there." He's like, "Oh no, I'm not smoking. I'm just making shrimp."
Like, "You want some?"
And then the flight attendant's like, "I guess there's no rules
Why
against
didn't he
making
use
shrimp in the
Why didn't he
bathroom."
bring on a bunch of limes and shit and then just fucking ceviche that shit?
I mean, that's a good point, Richard. Maybe we should ask him.
The thing that a lot of people were pissed about it. They were like, "This is wrong. This guy should be on a no-fly list." But I didn't really see any problem with the act itself.
Especially if he shares.
To me,
I mean, it's disgusting.
He does it all with his bare hands,
And it's in a bathroom.
That's beside the point. For all we know, off camera, he sanitized the place.
No,
before
he
getting-
didn't, dude.
Maybe he
No.
did. You never know.
There's not enough sanitization that can incur me
Not
feeling
the correct
safe.
sanitization. Like, you're using hand sanitizer to wipe that shit down. It's just gonna get hand sanitizer in your food.
Maybe you could rinse
It
it
like
off.
evaporates.
Rinse it off with the sink
Environment.
water afterwards or something.
That's just gross. It's like a room that is used for shitting, pissing, and vomiting, and occasionally fucking a flight attendant is
Not to
not an
mention-
appropriate place to be making food.
That's the place you go if you're sick too. You're just like, I need a fucking break, bro.
Right. It's just like it's the shithole of the plane.
Yeah. It's the back of the bus.
But you know that they use it's like a vacuum seal in there when you
Dude, it's still disgusting.
every time you flush, all the air that's in the cabin gets like sucked out. So
Well,
like
it's also technically hilarious. You know what I'm saying? I think the whole point is that it's insane and that it's funny.
I just think that like I feel like he's within his rights and what he's doing is cool, but it's when he eats the food with his bare hands afterwards where I'm just like, what are we doing here? Like, you already impressed me with your hobo ingenuity.
Right. Impressed me by using some chopsticks or something.
But yo, I went to his YouTube page, and apparently in like the 90s, this guy proposed to his wife on the Jerry Springer show.
Oh, that's funny.
He's got like recorded clips of him proposing to his wife as a young man on the Jerry Springer show on his YouTube page, which I think is pretty interesting. I wonder if they're still together.
What do you think about accolades like that, where people like random
like
people
an old
have
claim
like
to fame.
Yeah, like meeting the president or something. Like some people like make it a big deal, some people don't. But like,
Well,
I
no,
don't know. Those
it's,
people that make it a big deal sometimes are weird as fuck.
bro, a person who's talking about some shit that they did 20 years ago, their whole life, is the saddest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Every now and then I hear some people talk about their fucking like high school sports days. Richard was doing it this morning. Yeah. He was. I swear to God, he was
it's
like
doable with people that was relevant at the situation.
or like it's like
so
if,
it's not a complete going back to the
It's
day.
like if
hey, you could relate.
we had just watched a guy get a header off a corner kick into the goal.
Oh yeah.
And he was just like, it was almost like story time with Rich now immediately. And he was like, yo, I did
Alex
that.
was filming the game, so he wasn't really caring. He was like probably watching the camera.
It's as if I kept on talking about the people that we opened for 7 years ago.
The one guy that was famous. That
Oh,
we
you
were
mean
looking
Post
for.
Malone?
It just even like it was so long ago, and also the context of it
I think
makes it so much less impressive.
Well, no, but I also think that when people do that shit, it is pathetic. Like, because it shines a light on how little you've accomplished.
Right. There's nothing else
in
worth
the meantime.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? To where I almost get sad when people start.
Yeah,
doing
if
that
they're
shit.
using it in their conversation as like a foundation.
I'm not saying that what you did this morning was that.
I
Richard.
don't take it.
That was just
I don't take it like that.
That was
'cause
just
you
a
can suck
fond
dick.
memory or whatever. But when it's brought up in the context of like bragging or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
are you
like,
trying to use it to build off of?
yes, that's when it to me more resonates as insecure and pathetic and weird, for sure. Like if we were like, yo, you don't even know, bro. Back in 2015, we opened for Post Malone.
Yeah, and he had
Yo,
3 records.
Fuck with us.
Low key, if you say that today, it's like Post Malone's something big. Yo.
He literally had to perform songs twice at the
Yeah,
show
he had
because
fucking,
he didn't have enough songs.
He straight up had 6 records or some shit.
They were that good.
They were really good.
No, yeah,
Dude, that was he
bitch.
had boy bands. That's like my favorite Post Malone song
no, yeah,
to
and he-
date.
and
I
he-
think
and
it's boy bands.
he had Too Young, which I was fucking with Too Young hard, dude.
Yeah, I thought Too Young
White
sucked.
Iverson at the time.
I mean, that's the main one.
That wasn't the main one. The main one was White Iverson.
That's what he said.
That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you.
You just couldn't say you couldn't understand what he was saying because he
I was
said
saying very low.
listen, Sitting Back by That Kid Goron, the finale by Urban Nerd Beats,
Okay.
which was the last beat. Finale,
yes.
the last.
Oh, that was
Nice. I like what you
appropriate.
did there.
Hell yeah, the beat placer extraordinaire.
Big climax.
We got to figure out something to close out on. What could we talk about that happened this week?
How's you guys' gym session?
Gym sesh was fine.
not super interesting.
There was you were in the main floor.
Yeah.
While I was leaving, I noticed that there was a lug.
A lug.
What's a lug?
A lug is
hunk.
what Planet Fitness calls people that grunt. That's why they have their lug alarm or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't they say no lugs or whatever at Planet Fitness?
Don't they say, is it lug?
Wait, what's
I thought it was lug.
I think they say hunk.
What do you mean?
What? No, it's not hunk. They wouldn't want to give them that much. That's a compliment.
That's what I was.
No
gonna
hunks.
say.
No hunks allowed at
No,
our
a hunk-
gym.
a
That
hunk
makes
is
no
almost a
sense,
compliment.
dude.
It's not a lug though.
I swear it's no lugs allowed.
Yeah, but are you saying people that grunt like?
Yeah, people that
And they're walking?
overly grunt in a performative manner.
Yes, where it's obvious that it's performing. I can understand some mild grunts.
I don't know. There was this dude I used to play against, like in soccer. We used to call him sound effects, or at least I did, and some of my friends caught along. But he used to run around like, and he, like a whole time, and you're just like, there's either a breathing problem or you're grunting, like you're doing that on purpose.
That
And it's
sounds a
very
little.
strange.
That sounds a little more excusable. I would almost equate it to. Have you ever like met someone with like a really annoying laugh, and it's almost so. There was a girl at Cornerstone that had this fucking fucked up laugh, and I swear to God, she was leaning into it.
Yeah.
Like there was an aspect of it to where like
There was
she
a couple of
knew.
them. There was a couple.
She
of
knew
them.
that her laugh was fucked up and made it more fucked up.
Yeah.
And she would laugh constantly. Like
Yeah.
she would
She
jump.
thought it was cool that her laugh got her attention.
She would jump at opportunities to laugh, even if the joke wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I feel like that's the same mentality with these lugs.
Here's
I'm,
the thing.
I'm sticking to that. I think it's lugs.
Some of the lugs I understand because if you're lifting super fucking weird heavy amounts, you're gonna be like up. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
Not necessarily.
yes, athlete.
dudes who are fucking huge that are lifting fucking 600-pound.
Nah, dude.
No, they coach that. They coach that in tennis.
It's like
if
part.
you're go-
It's like
if you're gonna
part of your.
It's a part of focus.
I can understand a
and
little
aggression.
bit of it, but the volume doesn't help you lift it. You know what I mean?
It's beyond that. It's more of a concentration.
I think
aspect, like
most
you're
people at the
breathing out.
24-hour fitness don't need to be doing it. You're correct about that.
very.
I
small.
will. Now that you've brought that up, I will say this guy was lifting an incredible amount of weight.
Okay, so that in itself goes to me. I'm like, people who are mad at that dude are insecure at how fucking strong that dude is compared to them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I like here's the thing. That dude is insecure. I guarantee it because he dropped the weight and then immediately started flexing and posing and whatnot. So there's no way I'm more insecure than that dude. Here's the thing. It frightened me. His like I was like, what is going on here? And then as soon as I realized what it was, I laughed and there was a part of me that was like, that guy's looking like right at me.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have laughed.
No, he was doing that so that you would look at him.
He's coming over here.
He achieved the goal. You know what they should do? How about this? They should do an exclusive gym where you can come sign up, but the management and whoever works there has to decide, all right, yeah, he's cool, or no, he's not cool.
Well,
do like an elitist fucking thing
Like
like
an
that. Where it's like,
underground.
No,
gym?
like a gym where like they judge you based on your character. Like you have like
that wouldn't work.
It has to be more like a fight club. Like
you interview
you know
everybody
about
who's
Fight
gonna
Club?
come to the gym. You're like, so why should you come to this gym? Well, what are your goals right now? Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? What other gyms have you gone to? Like fucking interview people who are going to be at the gym. And not only that, after you've been interviewed and you've passed, you have to go through a week of training.
You're describing like a country club.
You have to go through a week of training where somebody at the gym puts you through like, all right, here's how you do all these exercises. Here's the scientific way that it makes sense for you to be doing this and why it's retarded to do it that way. And here's why you need to do this, this, and that. And if you don't do it, 3 strikes, you're out. I'm down with that.
Nah,
I would only be cool with that if that business was some sort of like surrogate to like other things you could do for lifting. Like
Right,
if it got you into bodybuilding competition.
No,
It
but
got
like
you into,
there could be like a meal prep plan that's sold there too, and there could be like
yeah,
a fucking,
some sort of something that would
like
give
an
you
after
some-
school program for your kids or whatever. It's like a YMCA type shit.
Yeah, like if you're a part of it, you're an elitist kind of thing.
I just think
Fucking
that
building,
So
bodybuilding.
it would eventually become racist.
No, it's more of like if you're built, you're head of society. So fuck them.
I mean, I agree. I think that it'd be cool if we had a jacked president.
No, yeah, that would be totally
He's
sick.
just like-
right?
He's just like on a side portion of our government. And it's just this jacked president.
No, if
Wouldn't
like,
that be sick?
He's
Like
in charge of our health.
fucking Jocko Willink is president,
or someone that looks like him at least. Maybe not that guy.
somebody who's got his jaw.
I don't see why we don't have 2 like elite commanders, one important in charge of our health and one in charge of like our state of being.
Well,
no,
because
there are subdivisions that are in charge of that kind of shit.
right, and it's all made up. It's all fucked. Like it's not the best person who's up there. It's just like whoever has gotten in there somehow through the system. The system's fucked.
It's not like they replace every member of the CIA every 4 years.
Is that what it is?
No.
Oh.
They replace every president every 4 years. That's it. That's like the only role that is. It's because it's like, you know, we got to have a guy that makes us look good for X amount of time, and then we replace him with someone else that appeases a different group of people. Then we appease a different group of people. Then we appease a different, and it's every 4 years. But the people who are actually doing the shit, they have no term limits.
Yeah, we might have to leave the country eventually.
I'm down. Let's go to fucking
I was
Argentina.
telling Alex this morning
No,
we need
Mexico.
a revolution.
Yeah, fuck revolution, dude. There's
Revolutions could like solve a lot.
there's no way you're gonna do a revolution here. They're fucking.
We could do like a micro revolution.
No, dude, they're gonna do fucking martial law and then they'll just fucking wipe us
But
out.
here's the thing. So I think if we came up with a way to like revolt in a way where it's so petty that they could easily give us what we wanted, but make it easier to give us what we wanted than turn over like
I think the
everything, they would probably give it to us.
The issue
'Cause
is
they know
we're
spoiled.
too divided as a nation.
Yeah, that's one
Like
thing.
people wouldn't want to, like you wouldn't want to, or not you specifically, but like a liberal guy wouldn't want to fight next to a fucking alt right guy
yeah,
or whatever.
absolutely. Like, but look who's dividing us, the government. Like, you know what I mean? There's certain cues that they're giving us that they want us to be divided. Cues like cues in news, like things, highlights.
No, I know what you're saying.
I get what you're saying
yeah,
too.
Q, bro.
Pizzagate, bro.
Keep going.
Yeah. But like those things are like dividing us to stop us from these revolts, to stop us from getting together and pushing our agenda. Instead, we're divided, and they get to push their agenda.
Well, yeah, but we're all way too fucking drunk and high, eating Uber
we just
Eats,
gotta
watching
we gotta
Netflix.
find small stuff to start with.
It's
to
too
get along,
revolting.
everyone.
Is too hard.
But if we had this small idea to push that everyone could get along with, we could do it. And
shit
then
would have to
people,
get so bad
People would
before-
realize
Right.
that
There,
there's
you would have to have
ability
such
there.
a significant amount of poverty, and like people
But
would have to be
social media is our tool. Like social media, you can do that from poverty. All you need is internet.
It seems like there needs to be a revolt out in San Fran. That like something needs to happen out there. Like I feel like that should be like a state of emergency or some. It sounds like it's a
interesting
nightmare
to
living in
see
San
how
Francisco.
comfortable everyone in that area is. Like I live up both in the Silicon Valley with all those people, and there's such a distinct like personnel. The people that work tech and the people that don't, because like they have different agendas.
You know what I was hearing
But-
about Prop 47, which is so crazy? It was like the whole reason that it was thought up was kind of to alleviate the prison system, because there's all these people who have the prison is packed with people who have like minor drug charges, and they're like maybe or misdemeanor theft
Petty
charges or
theft.
stuff like that, and they're like maybe we can make that not a thing anymore. But when Prop 47 was passed, no one in prison was released.
Right.
No one on there for selling weed or for stealing under $900 was released. So that problem still exists, and now we have this new problem.
No, yeah, it's fucked. We have to move to TJ.
You think that the theft is less in TJ? I feel like.
Well, no, I think in TJ, like if you can.
I don't want to be around cartels.
Nah, but the cartels only kill each other. It's not us. We'd be in the clear.
Not if our whole reason of going down there was to escape America. We'd be made an example of.
No,
You know what I mean? The only reason why when a cartel kidnaps an American, America responds is because they're like, that's one of us. We have to protect our guys.
They want us there spending our money. That's what they want.
I think it's the umbrella influence of the cartel you got to like look at and see, okay, they only do things a certain way. As long as you stay in their parameters, you'll be fine.
It's the fucking American government is a cartel. Let's get real.
It's a very overarching.
There's
government.
less guns in Mexico than
But
here.
you say that as a foreigner, and I can agree, because in foreign countries, that's what they are.
He was born in Texas.
No,
Yeah, dude.
no.
Yeah.
Yo, sorry, my bad. I'll take that back. Well, he
But
grew
I mean,
up.
ethnically,
You were raised somewhere else.
Mentally.
But all I'm saying is that, like, in other countries, America is a different beast. Like, we see it as something because we belong to it. But in other countries, they see it as something completely different. They see it over this overarching, their fingers are in everything, like, and they don't like it. But we like it as someone growing up here. So,
I don't know.
That's another thing that's fucked, dude. The fucking border of Mexico is going crazy too. So we got San Francisco is basically Gaza right now.
Right.
It's one and the same, honestly.
Why you say San Francisco? You mean San Diego?
No, San Francisco is like. Have you not?
No,
Are you
I
not
haven't.
aware? Like there's it's basically just run by the homeless.
And they just like basically the elites, the tech dudes live in skyscrapers and fucking code.
Or not even in San Francisco,
they
because
live
they
outside.
can they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
work from home now, so they get San Francisco dollars, but they're living in Austin or whatever.
All right, dudes. I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah, you're right.
Fucking go to patreon.com/John with Bamfomania. Subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, all that shit. We're having
Please.
big guests next week.
Yes, maybe.
Fingers crossed they don't get sick.
Any last words, Richard?
Yeah, fucking drink beer so your descendants can fucking survive.
Woo!